Who will save this poor woman? She has too much money. Too much to use a drill to take a bath. So much money is used to build walls and floors. Jinmuro directly shreds 2 horses. As an appetizer. You have to ask them why they are so rich. It's all because of the good feng shui of the house. Xiaomei and Dacheng moved to a new home a few days ago. Dacheng found a crack in the wall. Very curious. Ripped the wallpaper to have a look. I found a secret door hidden inside. Behind the door is an empty room. Just walked in. The lights at home started to flicker. Dacheng was scared to call the electrician. Electrician went to the basement to take a look. Oh my god. How does your circuit look like a joke? I can't fix this. Before I left, I was still babbling. This house has been dead before. You have to be careful. Dacheng left an eye on it. Check online. As expected 45 years ago. A couple was killed in this room. The murderer was caught in a mental hospital. Dacheng is depressed. New house becomes a haunted house. Unlucky enough. So I hid in the room to drink. Kagudong. Just kill a whole bottle. Then he yelled. Can you give me another bottle? Haven't drunk enough. As a result, the room lights flashed. A bottle of wine really appeared on the ground. I was so scared. He tiptoed up to touch. Wine is real. Early next morning. Xiaomei woke up. I saw the light bulb flashing wildly at home. She came to the room. Found an empty room. All world-famous paintings. Picasso, Van Gogh. I don't know if it's true or not. And Dacheng looks a bit abnormal. Crazy. Renji is asking what she wants. Xiaomei said disdainfully. Then you give me $1 million. In the end, there was $1 million. Real money. I went to this room where I can make a wish. The two fell into ecstasy. I'm playing thoroughly. A set of luxurious dresses. The most expensive caviar is £1. Banknotes spread directly. Famous paintings all over the wall. Finally, use diamonds for crispness. Come to shower yourself. After a while. Who is exhausted and physically and mentally awkward? The life of the rich is really boring. To comfort Xiaomei, Dacheng created a surprise for her this day. A crib. This is to imply that Xiaomei wants a child. But she was pregnant twice before. All unfortunately. Dare not try again. Emotional outright rejection. But actually Xiaomei wants to be a mother too. Take advantage of Dacheng's anger and go out. She had a terrible idea. Wait for Dacheng to come back. A baby appeared on the bed. Xiaomei made it out of her wish room. Dacheng was very angry at first sight. How can a child be transformed out of thin air? It's not the two of us. There is no blood relationship either. Relatives, who is the father of a child? This house? If the hand is strong, take the child to the wish room. Want to return. But looking at the living life in front of me. Still can't do it. In order to figure out how the mysterious room works. Dacheng decided to find the murderer from years ago. Dacheng decided to find the former murderer F. He was holding a handful of banknotes. Came to the psychiatric hospital. I pretended to be a reporter at first. I want to fight against the fierce glove. But the murderer immediately exposed Dacheng. Say you live in that house now. Did you have a good time? Dacheng wants to play stupid. Ask UIS people back then. The murderer said mysteriously, that house forced me. He advised Dacheng to leave that house as soon as possible. It's too late. Dacheng was said to have a rest in his heart. Left the hospital. On the road preparing to refuel the car. Dig in. A dog pocket. Found the money brought from the room. All turned to ashes. He had a bad hunch in an instant. The floor of the room is covered with banknotes. The man grabbed a handful casually. Drank directly from the window. I didn't expect all the banknotes to turn into gray in a second. Take out the original Van Gogh at home. Sue put at the door. Half of the door is also gray. Dacheng got it. This room can wish for anything. But once I go out, will disappear completely. At this moment, the wife hugs their son who came to make a wish. Out of the house. The child started crying as soon as he went out. Xiaomei was so scared that she yelled her husband. Dacheng quickly put the child. Carried into the house. Shoes fell on the floor. Instantly turned into ashes. What's even more incredible is, baby just now, has grown into a 10-year-old boy. Now the two of them finally figured out the rules of the wishing room. Husband thinks this child came with a wish. Beware of not being a real person. Xiaomei thinks, the child already has a personality. Don't want to give up. She started teaching her children to read and read every day. Love him like his own flesh and blood. And gave him a name called Bei En. But the child can't control it when he gets older. He wants to go out to play. I'll sneak out while my mother is not paying attention. Fortunately, Xiao Mei found out in time. Very scared. In order to prevent the children from running out, they booked all the windows. The door is locked all the year round. The child is kept at home all the year round. Personality is getting weird. The temper is getting more and more grumpy. Da Chang, look at this kid. There is always an unknown hunch. So I secretly bought Handle Q online. Began to practice the Q method. Both of them are too tired during this time. No one pays attention to the child's movements. Until waking up the next day, Da Chang found a new toy in the house. The lights at home are still flashing. He suddenly realized, the child is making a wish. The couple pushed the door twice and was stunned. In the room is a world created by children. He wants to go out so much. So I made a wish and changed into an outside world. Sure enough, the child's imagination is not so good. Da Chang is very angry. Pull him out. The child's mind is too immature. Today I will turn you into a bunch of snowmen. To make you a Godzilla tomorrow. What do you propose? Da Chang locked the door. Warning Komi. Don't allow Shan to enter the room again. At this moment, a phone call came. It was the murderer from 40 years ago. He told Da Chang. Something created. If you want to take it outside the room. Must kill S. Wisher. In other words, as long as Xiao Mei S. A child can become a normal person. Da Chang suddenly realized, this murderer is the product of a wish made by the former homeowner. In order to go out, OS got him 0. So will Shan be the next murderer? Thinking carefully. And all this, Xiao Mei heard it all. She couldn't accept it for a while. Drive out alone to relax. I even wanted to end my life. Freedom for children. Wait until Da Chang finds out that his wife is missing. Anxious. Shan won't stop. I'm like a mother. Strong anger. Tell Shan everything directly. Say you are not our child at all. Think about it. Do you have previous memories? Have you had a birthday? No. Because you are a fake made by this house. Why not let you out? Because you will quickly age to ashes as soon as you go out. Shan's worldview completely collapsed. Boringly walked back to the room to play with toys. Soon Xiao Mei came back. Familiar. Couple quarreling at the end of the bed and the two resolved the contradiction in the most primitive way. And all this, Shan, who was hiding outside the door, saw him. Wait till the next day, wake up. The couple found out. Shan is gone. Wait for them to go downstairs to take a look. Shan has already gone out for a walk. He grew up into a guy in his 20s in an instant. He holds hand Q. Emotional. Complaining of being deprived of his childhood. Accuse why you want to change him. It's going to be S. Da Chang. Exclusive Komi. Xiao Mei sees the crisis. Hurry up and appease. Da Chang took the opportunity to jump on it. In a panic, Xiao Mei accidentally bumped her head. Fainted. When I wake up again, I only see Da Chang standing by my side. He said the child is already S. The S body has been thrown outside the house. Turned to ashes. Xiao Mei is in pain. Da Chang hugged her to appease. Shay seems to be the same as before. But soon Xiao Mei found. This Da Chang is a bit abnormal. I'm full of mouths when I eat. The preface does not follow the sentence. At this time, I still want to communicate intimately. But the action is completely wrong. She pushed him away 3 times. Da Chang, who fell to the ground, said, Hello, mother. Xiao Mei was so scared that Warong was pale. Shout for help. It turns out that after Shan knocked Da Chang unconscious, Wish has become a strong look. Turned into exactly the same house again. Want to replace Da Chang. Live with Xiao Mei. And the other side. The real Da Chang wakes up. He found that there was no one in the house. Wish the room is also locked. He picked up the axe and started chiseling. Drilled a hole. Climbing over dense wires. Came to the world created by Shan. Then Xiao Mei saw. 2 husbands appeared in front of me. Both of them rushed to say, I'm real, he's fake. It's also a little bit real and fake, Monkey King. But relying on the familiarity with her husband, Xiao Mei quickly made a judgment. Quickly overthrew the fake one. He fell fainted. Instantly changed back to Shan's appearance. Followed by Da Chang and Xiao Mei started running wildly. But this room was changed by Shan. How can I escape? Exhausted waiting for the 2 to run. Shan found them. Raise D, aim at Da Chang and stab it. Da Chang is down. Xiao En hurriedly comforted her mother, don't be afraid. Then look up again. 2 people actually appeared outside. Atsuka, Komi. It turned out that the 2 people in the house. It's all made by Da Chang made a wish. He uses his own way. Rejuvenate his body. Lied to Shan. then ran all the way with Xiao Mei. Escaped the wish room. Xiaoan won't let them go. Chased up to make a break. He pounced on Dacheng. Dacheng opened the door instantly. SS hugged Shan. Fell outside with him. Shan wants to rush back to the room. This time Xiao Mei doesn't have any relentless heart. SS got to hold the door. Then I saw Shan. From a young man to an old shell. Then turned into ashes. Do you think the story ends here? Not at all. A few months later, the couple left the villa. Checked into a hotel. Tian Dacheng went out to buy breakfast and came back. But Xiao Mei refused to open the door. At this moment, she is holding a pregnancy test stick in her hand. She is pregnant. The issue is, Xiao Mei and Dacheng haven't been pregnant for years. Why did you get pregnant suddenly? The light in the room at this time suddenly start to flicker. Then the problem is coming. Who is the man in front of W? Is Xiao Mei's world virtual or reality?